Alright, buddy. I'll see you later, okay?
So what do Harry Styles, BTS, 21 Pilots, Jay-Z, Wu-Tang Clan, Jaden, Lil Nas X, Lord, Bleachers, Machine Gun Kelly, Bastille, St. Vincent, Demi Lovato, Dua Lipa, Lizzo, Gwen Stefani, Selena Gomez, Youngblood, Blackpink, and Halsey all have in common? Well, they were all mastered by Chris Geringer at Sterling Sound, and that is where I am going today. I am beyond pumped to have this opportunity. It's insane. I'm so grateful. I'm really looking forward to meeting him, looking forward to Liz Abramson, who I have both of them on the channel separately for interviews. So this is crazy, man. I have about an hour and a half drive, arriving 20 minutes early, so hopefully I left myself, I was wanting to leave 10 minutes ago, actually 15. That would have given me a little bit more time just to traffic-wise, just in case. But I still have 20 minutes to spare just in case. I'm excited, man. This is crazy. The fact that he took the time to, you know, is taking the time to hang, like, just meet and show me around the studio, and wild. I bought him like an $80 bottle of tequila, and then I bought Liz like a bottle of wine, just as a, hey, I want to like come bearing gifts. I want to make myself, you know, I don't know how often they do this, but even if they do it often, which I have no idea, but I want to stand out. I want to be memorable, and that's why I'm sharing with you guys, because I want you guys to steal my ideas. All the ideas that I do here, steal them, borrow them, do them on your do them yourselves. So I just shoved my face with a whole bunch of chips and salsa, and now I kind of feel gross.
And then you do it.
Right, 100%.
To your point, and it's the right observation, everything went perfect storm for
Look at this weird squiggly line it's making me do right here. You see that? Alright, so I am 1 minute away, and honestly, I'm stinking nervous. Alright, it's apparently on this road. Here it is. Sterling Sound. Yo, that lobster spot was pretty legit. That was a recommendation from Chris. Very good. Although I made a mistake. There was two options. There was a Maine lobster roll and a Connecticut lobster roll. I went with the Connecticut because I never had it before, and instead of the mayo and it being cold, they actually serve it hot with butter. And it was good, but it was kind of like almost just eating like a regular lobster, not like on bread. I kind of wish I went with the regular roll, but it was still very good. All right, now to call Jamie and tell her about this experience, because it was completely wildly insane. This experience was just completely insane. I didn't feel comfortable filming in there, just because I didn't even ask. I brought the camera, but I had it in my bag, and I just didn't even ask because I don't know. I didn't want our relationship to be based off of that. Or make him feel uncomfortable, or I don't know. I just didn't want him to think I was there for the content or anything like that. So I just didn't want to even introduce that. I mean, it was the first time meeting him in person. I don't know. I didn't want to be about it. So it was sick though, man. You'll hear about it when I call Jamie, so I don't have to tell it twice.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? That was crazy. That was crazy, man. I just didn't realize the gravity of who he was in the industry. Name any artist and like he's worked on their stuff, and like he just did the Lil Nas X album, and like
So what, you did an in-person interview?
No, he literally just wanted to hang out and show me the studio.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was insane. It was wild. Like no interview, no nothing. Like just literally, I sat on his couch, he sat in his chair, and we just chatted for an hour and a half. Everything from like him being to the Grammys 16 times, because he has 16 nominations for Grammys, to wow. Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Bruce Springsteen sitting on his couch, to his girlfriend being a nurse now, and me telling you the story of you delivering the baby in the wheelchair. So it was crazy, man. And like, so
how old is he?
He's probably in his 50s. I mean, he's been doing it for 38 years. Yeah, it's just insane. It's like all these artists that like I'm huge fans of, like he's worked on their stuff and like knows their people. Or like, do you know who Benny Blanco is? He's like a major producer who like works a lot with Ed Sheeran and stuff. And he's just like kind of an out there kind of guy, but he's like super famous and like super like involved in the music industry. You know, he'll get an email or a text from people and be like, or an email, and it'd be like, hey, this is Benny Blanco, like, can you just send over those tracks? Like, I want to blank, and like he knows that it's not him because Benny Blanco would just text him. And the fact that he says that Benny Blanco would just text him is like blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Like, because like that's like there's videos of him and Ed Sheeran writing "Love Yourself" for Justin Bieber. Like, it's him and Benny Blanco in a tour bus together. So like he's like just friends and talking with all these like massive people in the industry. It's insane. Was sitting on his couch and just couldn't grasp the fact of like who I was sitting across from when he was telling me these stories.
Well, that's amazing.
He was talking about Lady Gaga coming to the studio. It was insane. It's like, where am I? We literally just hung out for an hour and a half, and then he had me sit in his chair where he mixes everything, and he was showing me like a whole bunch of the tracks that he's worked on. He just showed me the Lil Nas X one that was just released, and it's like I'm hearing it as it's supposed to be heard, like in the chair that he worked on the music. Or like Dua Lipa, like Levitating, or like Don't Stop Now, or Start Now, or whatever. You know how when you go into my studio and you like you walk to the soundproofing and you can hear the difference?
Yeah.
He has this studio where like the second you walk in, it goes vroom, and then he closes the door and it's the quietest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's actually wild. Able to hear the music like I heard it, like it was the cleanest sound of music I've ever heard in my life. It was insane. It was crazy. I just couldn't fathom the fact that I was sitting in this factory where he was literally working on Lil Nas X's new album. It was so crazy. I had a great time. I just was insanely grateful for the opportunity. Yeah, it was wild.
Awesome.
It was wild.
What do you mean?
Just them. So I just spent 20 minutes on the phone with Jamie. And my ETA is back where it started. I still have an hour and 45 minutes left. So I stopped and got a coffee just because I want something to sip while I sit here. I think I'm gonna go for a run when I get home, so it'll kind of give me a little extra energy. It's wild though, man. I was telling Jamie this. It's really interesting because life has been so busy these past couple days, working on other things, even at home, for example, like trying to release a new song or chopping up the interviews to go on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, to going to Brooklyn and doing these Least of All studio sessions, or like today meeting Chris. Like, I haven't been posting as much on YouTube, and it's interesting. In my head, I'm like stressed about it, but I'm like, dude, chill out, have a long-term perspective. In reality, like, while yes, the money and everything is great from YouTube, like meeting Chris is insane. It's just funny, like trying to retrain my brain, because like I'm a work dog to some degree. Like, I like just doing the work, but sometimes it's not necessarily about that, and it's about things that are long-term investments, like, whether it be Least of All, or I mean, even with that, like, I didn't sell too many of those, and what's kind of wild, I'm gonna be really raw and honest with you guys for a sec. It's wild, and to some degree, it's all about perspective, right? And I'm incredibly grateful for the people that supported me. But I'm being really honest, it is a weird, upsetting feeling to some degree that there's 85,000 followers on YouTube for me, and only 2 people bought a CD or a vinyl. And I'm like, shoot, something's not right. Something needs to change about that. It's a good kind of eye awakening. So now it's like, how do I work on creating like a deeper connection with a lot of people that watch the channel? And look, I'm incredibly grateful for the 2. You'll receive a special message in your thing being like, just like, unbelievably incredibly grateful that you support the channel, that you were willing to make a monetary support of it. It's like wild, but it is interesting, and it's something that I want to be mindful of. So I've recorded 17 tracks though, so 2 are going to the people that bought them, and then 15 from myself. I don't know, man. I might hold on to them until they're like, maybe worth something, and then somebody gets a 1 of 1 Jacob Restituto. It's kind of like an NFT though. It's really interesting, very interesting. This is completely insane. I have been looking all over the house for this dongle right here. Somehow it is attached to it's a dog leash, and it just fell out of the closet. Yeah, I'm exhausted. But we got a merch haul. What came in the mail today? You can see it in my eyes, like I can barely keep them open. What came in the mail today? We got some more Than Music t-shirts. I have so many to send out, actually, so many. Darker one, I like this. Ooh, this is cool. Blue, it's kind of purple in this thing, but it's like a purpley blue. That's cool. I like that. Blacks. Could have sworn I ordered some of the alternate ones. Ooh, that's cool. So this blue one will be mine. These are for giveaways. Like to give to people that have been on the channel for interviews. I know that I'm different. That's never gonna change. I hope that you will love me if I always stay the same.